And welcome back to the Crypto Hulk Show, best deep dive channel in the world. Absolutely, positively, got a great show lined up. Got an exciting new crypto, HBAR, Ripple, fucking Algorand's. I'm sure Ripple and Algorand are mixed up. You see, Hedera, they're partners with Algorand and Ripple. And it would be highly unlikely for Algorand to get involved in something without checking with the other two. Okay, it's not like, oh, no, Ripple and Algorand, sorry. We're going to work on this crypto here called Dovu, but we don't want you to have nothing to do with it. Come on now. So, we're going to go over this crypto. It's brand new. You are not to deep dive into it. Please don't do that. All you're going to do is get wrecked, all right? This is a crypto that it will go up a very, very good amount. If you look on the deck screener, let's look at this right now, and I'll do the disclaimer here in a minute. So I want you to show you what we have going. This is a great, great early crypto to get into. You want to put 100, 200 bucks in it? Hey, if you want to put more into it, this is not a pumper, So don't worry. You can't put enough in to bump this thing up. It's gone up about 5% over the past 24 hours. If you look up the past 5-6 hours we've been in it, it's probably gone up considerably, okay? Anyhow, there's the crypto right there. If you click on the deck screener, you can see it. Now, if you go to the upper left corner on your deck screener, you'll see 1S, 1M, 5M, 15M. Then you'll see 1 hour, 1H, 4H, a D, and then a 30M. I have my deck screener on the 1H, so it appears blue when you push it. So when you take over a 2-month period, you can see a 45-degree angle. If you go from the bottom left corner to like the top, it's at a good 45, okay? Well, maybe not quite, but it has that where it wanted to go up. Around May 27th, it hit its peak right there for over the past 2 months. And then it started dumping hard. Then it went forward until about June 1st, dumped. Went back up June 2nd, 3rd, dumped June 4th. June 10th, it just dumped hard all the way almost down near the bottom. June 24th, it went up. Well, let's speed up to June 27th. Right here, we're actually going up at a good rate. We went up and then somebody kind of dumped it, then went right back up. So now we're almost at 2 months highs. You guys got into this carefully. Now look, if you look down below the graph, you see all these numbers, the date, the type, USD, and then Dovu. Now, what this is, if you look under USD, that means who's buying in this liquidity pool right here. Look at the prices. People aren't putting in $100, $500. That's fucking ridiculous. If you look at this pool of people right here, somebody bought for $4.42. Well, next person bought at $3.02. See these numbers? Then somebody sold at about $3, 33 cents, $2, $1, $5. Then somebody bought at about $9, $1.37. Then somebody sold $3. See what's happening? You're not having all these crazy numbers. So this is a crypto that is a good, solid project. You can see all the numbers here. Probably on average, it goes from $1 to $5 that people buy and sell on average. Somebody sells $2, they buy 2.5. Someone sells $4.61. Someone buys a penny. You see what I mean? So it's all about $1 to $5. For this crypto to keep going up, only buy at about $5 a piece. Something like that. Seems, I know some of these people are putting in a penny, like fucking seriously. But somebody else puts in $1.22, $6.28. I don't have a problem if you just keep putting in $5, every so often, like every minute. You want to sit there for 30 minutes or something, maybe, $5 or every 30 seconds or something for a while. Just remember, the more green candle you get, somebody's going to sell. So that's not the point. These numbers here are tiny. These motherfuckers in here, you put $100 in or $500, motherfuckers are going to sell. You just lost it. You just lost it. This is not a pumping crypto, okay? Now, you won't get wrecked if you just put in like $5 at a time. This is a crypto here. Look, we're not trying to get rich tomorrow in this crypto. I'm going to show you what this crypto is, and it does. It's a long-term investment. If this keeps going like it does, it'll pass the 2-month mark. We'll be setting a record here, maybe in an hour or two, and there will be a new bottom. That means you just got money. It's not going less. It always could. But once we get a new top and a new bottom, it forms a new resistance line, okay? And that's what we want. Now, my name is Cryptoholic. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor at all. What we want to do, yeah, and you can go on Hashpack, on the Hashpack wallet. Like, who said that? Well, whoever it is, it's on the Hashpack wallet. If I was going to buy it, that's where I'd go. I like Saucer Swap and the Hashpack wallet. Got TJ Smith says Dovu is on Hashpack. Look, see, let me tell you something. Have you ever heard of HBAR? Have you ever heard of the Hedera Council? You ever heard of Hedera Hashcraft? Hope so. It's fully legitimate. Ripple's their partner. Algorand's their partner as well. Algorand's a partner of Ripple and HBAR. You can go into the Saucer Swap and find this crypto. It's not a scam. You can go into Hashpack and find it. It's not a scam. Why? Because the Saucer Swap is the official HBAR crypto exchange. They work with them very tightly and closely. And so is the Hashpack wallet. That's a HBAR wallet. They're not going to allow fucking scams in that shit, okay? Just so I put that out there. This is a long-term hold. This is a crypto that'll keep just going up like that. That's what we don't want this. Now, look, I'll tell you what we do sometimes on the show. What you do. I don't do anything. I'm innocent over here. I show a crypto. Sometimes you guys decide to pump dump it. Somebody wants to make some fast, quick money. Hey, whatever. Sometimes we have cryptos. Now, all these cryptos on my program, they're all good. Just some people choose to pump dump. I don't have meme coins on the show. I try not to. One time we might have had a fake coin, but I think we all made money on it. I ain't going to complain. That shit went up 15x. Then we learned how to identify cryptos and not get burned. We had some 20x's, 33x's, shit like that. And then sometimes we get, 50% and this and that. Okay. What we do on this program is we go over good cryptos, number one. Some cryptos are way, way good, just like this, okay? So we have pump dump cryptos that you guys do, short-term cryptos, anywhere from a week to a month, maybe you might want to hold. And then we have the long-term ones like this, where maybe 3 to 6 months is where you want to be. You put in $100, $200, maybe 3 to 6 months from now, it's 10x. Right? It went up 1,000% in 6 months or so, 3 months. We have some cryptos like this. You don't want to let go. You want to buy it at 0.002 or whatever it is. That's what you want. Where you spend $200 and you buy like 200,000 of them or some shit crazy number. And what if those go to $1 6 months from now? You just made $200,000 off $200. See what I mean? We don't know. This is HBAR. HBAR, Ripple, and Algorand. You better hold on to that one if it's at 0.00. You missed out when it hits 50 cents, like fucking Axelar is 50 cents and shit. I missed out on Axelar. This one, please don't miss out. I'm showing you some of the people here that are broke. If you got HBAR, Ripple, and Algorand, HBAR is definitely 100% into this. And then the HBAR, the Hedera Council, I'm going to read off all those partners. You got all those people potentially working directly into this project. Then you have Ripple and Algorand very potentially in on this project. This is not somewhere, no, this is very cool to get in on something with 2 zeros in front with the partners that I just mentioned. This crypto's going somewhere. I don't know. I don't have a date and time. I can't go call it Brad Garlinghouse, say, hey, are you involved in that Dovu crypto shit with Hedera? Hey, Brad, when is this thing going to fucking pump? Look, I don't have that ability. Will it pump? What do you think? HBAR, Ripple, and Algorand? No, it's not going to pump. It's just going to dump. You've got like the fucking dream team working on this crypto. This is something where if you want to throw $100, it'll be worth 100,000 to $1 million one day. If you're not in a rush, this is the crypto. If you're not in a rush and you want a little pet project, every now and then you add a little water to it, meaning maybe you throw $50 here, $50 there over the. Then one day, this fucking shit. If you throw 500, you could probably get 500,000 of these tokens. What if they go to $1 next year? Son of a bitch, dude. You just made $500,000 on $5. You're the family fucking legend, okay? So, anytime I see a fucking crypto project with HBAR and all the Hedera Council very well possibly working on this thing, and then I see Ripple and Algorand involved in it very possibly too, that's when I think I want to throw something at it and just let it sit, okay? There you go. My name's Cryptoholic, not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, none of the above. I don't know anything about crypto. I know a whole lot about snorting cocaine and injecting heroin. That's what we like. That's what I like to do in this channel before every shows get really, really fucking high, so that when I give you information which you think is financial advice, I'm so high, hooey, that I'm giving you a disclaimer now. All right. Don't buy anything I tell you to buy, and don't sell anything I tell you to sell, unless it's rock cocaine and you're selling me a cheap fat sack. Okay. First 5 people to the channel: Brian Edwards, MKP 46 JDMA. Brian is here, and Delgadoft is as well. Christoph Popiolek. Christoph Popiolek. Hopefully I got that right. I've been working on that all day. We got Gordon Logan, by Jove. He's here from, what do they call it? Merry, UK. Bloody Englishman. We get that out. These people with the accents. Why do people from England have to speak with a funny accent? Why can't they just speak like an American? All right. I'm just going through the comments here real quick. I like to see who. Crypto She-Hulk says this is a hodl. Absolutely. Please don't pump dump this. That's the dumbest fucking shit. The market cap's too big and shit. You're not able to. This is wine where you just buy it and hold it. Buy small amounts and shit. Have you covered Epic Chain? I looked at it the other day. It was like $2.50 or something. They are backed by Ripple. Love the show. Yeah, I looked at it and decided I'm not doing the show on Epic. It looks good. If I had $2.50 for each one or something, I probably would get it. But 100,000 of those would mean I would need $250,000. I can buy 200,000 of Dovu for probably $200. So I have a decision. Should I spend $200 or $250,000? I think I'm going with the $200 and buy Dovu and just wait. Eventually, Dovu will be $2.50. Then that 250,000 becomes like 500,000. Just saying. Continue looking here. Now, make sure you buy the right one. I showed you the deck screener. Let me give you the code on that. Some of you probably went ahead and bought the wrong one. If you're looking at deck screener, go to look on the right column, and where it shows Dovu, it shows pair, Dovu, and then H suite. And we're going to go to the one that has B3DB at the last 4. So I'm going to click this little copy pad, go into here on the comments, and click paste. That's the one you want to buy. Now, if you bought a different one, it should look like OX, then eventually 38B, 3DB. That's the one you want. If you bought something else, sell it and buy this one, okay? All right, let's look right here. Here is Dovu's website. Let's take a little peek at that. Dovu. Kind of like tofu, but Dovu. All right. This is Dovu. Managed services to scale climate impact. High quality ecological credits are hard to find. That's why we are creating Dovu OS, a toolkit designed for scale and simplicity. It's our answer to the world's demand for a robust, transparent supply of green credits. From offsetting to insetting and beyond, Dovu's managed service will empower your organization to reduce the prohibitive cost and time to roll out your own solution for managing your sustainability initiatives. If we look down here, it says scaling sustainability needs innovation. The Task Force on Scaling Voluntary Carbon Markets Institute of International Finance and McKinsey estimates that the demand for carbon credits could increase by a factor of up to 100 by 2050. Today's digital sustainability efforts form a non-interoperable patchwork, impending progress and inflating verification demands, thereby restricting market reach and asset value. What they're basically saying is the current system in crypto to get people to have carbon credits and shit is a big fucking mess. They're here to solve that. That's what they're trying to do. The problems right now that we have are fragmented markets. That means these markets are all broken. It's kind of like, have you ever been to a shopping mall? Everything's inside the mall, right? Then you have these outside shopping malls. So when it rains outside, you might be dry in one store, but when you try to run over to the other store, you get wet. Umbrella, no umbrella. You step in a puddle, the wind blows and gets you from the side. What HBAR is trying to do is make a shopping mall with all the stuff in there so you can get all your business done without having to get in a taxi and go to the other shopping mall. It's a big fucking mess. So that's what the HBAR Foundation and Dovu is trying to fix. Now, here is your HBAR connection. Let me show you the evidence here. Matthew Boyd. Sorry to get off the topic. Are there any important dates we should be paying attention to for the Seals Q stock? No, there's no magic dates, Matthew. The only magic date is get in early. So you got Seals Q, what, $2, $3, $4 or something? Eventually be like $1,000, $1,500, shit like that. That's LAES stuff. You got YSAT. That's another crypto. Like we go over different. It's another stock bond. So I don't have magic dates. I know they're supposed to release a lot of their tech. Hey, look, I don't pay attention to dates, honestly, because they always, we got to postpone that shit. I don't follow dates. What you have to do is just be ready. You have to buy shit when it's low, and if you want to sell it when it's really fucking high, then buy it back. And I don't know, but I have no specific dates that I follow. Like, I bought all my cryptos so far. Hey, whenever that day is, I have no fucking clue. And look, I wouldn't know. I'm just some guy that is fucking high every day on cocaine and heroin and hashish and roofies and methamphetamines and shit. The way I do stuff is I just buy it when it's low. And I got Caleb Brown to protect all my stuff. I got 25% in a hardware wallet, and I hope to God everything works out. Nothing you can do about worrying. The thing is, if you watch Crypto Halt channel, watch it for the whole hour. If you only got 15 minutes, you might as well just get your cheeks clapped. Bend over, no lube, and go to a men's maximum security prison and say, hey, guys, chow time, and then bend over, okay? Let's go to the next page. Okay, here's the next page. At the top of the page, it says our story. And it says making credit scalable. Now, if we look down, partners to be proud of. So Dovu is showing you their partners. There's HBAR right there. So we know HBAR is here. You got Crypto Climate Accord. You got Ocean, and then some crypto I don't recognize. In Motion, Creative England, Raineye, CLA. T kind of looks like, is that Tether? And then Puro Earth, and then Undo. Now, if we scroll down right under that, you'll see something that says testimonials. Look right in the middle. You have Wes Geisenberger. Now, who's that? He's the vice president over at HBAR. Oh, shit. Now, what does HBAR have to do with this? Or what does HBAR have to say about this project? Here we go. Let's see. Dovu's automated, transparent, and publicly auditable proof of carbon and dynamic NFT approach is changing the way farmers remove carbon from the environment. This methodology opens up new means of compensation for farmers. Okay. So that's what we got going on. We got the vice president over there at HBAR in this. Let's look at the next page. Bill Quackenbush, thank you very much for the tax-free donation there, buddy. Where's the next Dovu? Right here, Dovu, streamlining sustainability project management. What we have here is okay, one thing, here's what I like about HBAR. And I'm sorry you're not rich. You won't be rich tomorrow. What the HBAR is, it's the Hashgraph Hedera Council is a combination of 20 global organizations. You have a very open, transparent, as they call it, nothing hiding, no secret agendas. Everything about HBAR, they just put out so you can see it. It's how a corporation works. They have quarterly, like at corporations, every 3 months, you have quarterly shareholder results, and they tell you the state of the company every 3 months. That's what this project is. If you're linked up with HBAR, you better believe every 3 months you're coming out with reports to show your investors. So Dovu is working with HBAR. You already know every 3 fucking months they got to come out with some shit. There's nothing secret here. It's all open every 3 months. They report it. That's why I like this crypto. It's a long-term hold. You're buying at 0.00. Just think, if you put $500 in this and get $500,000, what if 1 year from now it's worth $1? I know $1 doesn't sound like a lot unless you got 500,000 of them, right? Ta-da! So just something to consider with this crypto. They're showing you their ELV credit price, 20 million current eligible vehicles. They're showing you how their projects are working right here. Customizable ecological project modeling. They're showing a lot of high-tech shit I'm not going to get into. This is all legitimate right here. There's all these reports. You can look at these companies. I have no interest in this, but if you want to know, what is this company doing? What is my crypto doing right now? You can look up their projects here. They have a website, and you can find out every month. They have press releases, this, that. There's no secrets here with this crypto. Let's go on to the next. The next page in here, let's take a little copy paste. The reason I'm spending time showing you this is for the long-term people. A lot of people don't want to do pump dump, and that's fine. And the people that do pump dump, they sure as hell don't want to watch this fucking show for an hour. So I've got different people that like to watch Crypto Hulk, and some of you guys want to know, Crypto Hulk, show me a long-term project that I'm gonna own longer than 10 minutes, okay? So this is one of those right here we're going over, we're spending time on. You have something called Project Roadmap. So if you want to see what this crypto is actually doing, you would go to this page right there. You have a supply page, Alpha Wizard. You can click on Prioritize for Development, Planned for Development. If you click on Planned for Development, you can see Connect Your Token, ecological policy tools. I'm not going to get into all this. I'm just showing you that's very open. This is a very open project. If you want to see the news, what's going on with my crypto, this is a project where you just don't have two guys in some kind of office designing shit. This is a project for the future that you have about 20 corporations, at least 20 corporations working on this project here. This is a very big deal. Here's your next one, news and insights. So let's say you want to find out what the fuck's going on with my crypto today. The last news post they have is about 12 days ago. It's the 16th of July. They have an article where you can read, it says, introducing the Trust Operating System. So this is your news page to find out what's going on with your crypto. Just starting. So if you want to be in on something when it's $1, $5, think about it. If you spend $500, eventually this thing will be at $5, $10, $20, $100. Not tomorrow, but you could learn what this crypto is. Maybe you want to invest in it. You say, Crypto Hulk, that looks like a real world use case. Like they're actually doing shit. I already showed you the projects on the previous page. And there's this page right here. They got 12 projects lined up. They're actually doing something. And again, remember, this crypto just started. So it's not like they're going to have these multi-billion. When these projects are multi-billion-dollar projects, you're priced out. That's why we're looking at it 0.002 cents. This is when you get into a real-world use case project with HBAR, and I'm sure all the Hedera Council. Let's take a look. Do I have? Okay, here we go. Here's the Hedera Council. I want you to see who's potentially inside this project right now. Now, since Hedera is involved in this, the council is going to help them out whenever they can. We got Aberdeen. We've gone over Aberdeen so much. BitGo, Dell, EDF, ITT Madras, Mondelez International, Shinham Bank. I think that's either Ripple right there, Ripple Partnership, Ubisoft, Arrow, Blockchain for Energy, Dentons. You got Google involved, LG, Nairobi Security Exchange. Standard Bank, Wipro. You got the Australian Payments Plus. You have Chainlink Labs. The $22 Chainlink crypto. There you go. They're involved with HBAR, okay? Deutsche Telekom. That's like Germany's biggest. Hitachi, LSE, Nomura. I believe that's a Ripple partner as well. Swirlds is like the lab, a tech lab that works with HBAR. Zane, Avery Dennison, Kofra, DLA Piper. I believe they make jets. You've got IBM involved. They have a project called Hyperledger Fabric, and that's stellar. Just saying. Maglu, ServiceNow, and Tata Communications. That's a Ripple partner as well. Lastly, here's evidence right here that Ripple and HBAR are partners, along with Algorand. Take a little look at that. That's your evidence right there. Okay. Now we're just about at the 30-minute mark, and we got an article. So we're going to change gears. Let me check for comments. Let me just check really quick for comments, and we'll go to the next article. MC Prosperity's here. Yeah, Mr. OG. Baby fisted. All right, next article here. BRICS. Let's talk about the BRICS. Remember, they aren't going to take over, buddy. Not going to happen. BRICS is part of Ripple. We got Mr. Lucky. Drugs for Zoltar. That's just how this show rolls, man. Mr. Lucky, thank you for the $20 tax-free donation there, buddy. Next article here, the BRICS. Now we're out of the crypto investing world and we're back into the real world news. I want you to see this next article. This whole BRICS thing, where BRICS is going to come up with their own currency, that's so fucking played out like an 80-year-old hooker. Here's this title of this article here. It's from the OMFIF. Who are they? Like the top news. These are the people, the OMFIF. They're like the economic, what do they call it? The World Economic Forum. This OMFIF, they're the same people, like the same rich top people of the world and shit. So I'm getting news from their news channel right here. I want you to see some. BRICS currencies. What is BRICS? Now, I already showed you already. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, right? Brazil, Ripple partner. Russia, Ripple partner. India, Ripple partner. China, Ripple partner. I don't have evidence really for South Africa, but that's good enough. I think now the other channels on crypto, they have no fucking clue. They have no evidence at all. I've already shown the evidence. I'm not doing it right now. I could pull up all the evidence, but that's just trust me on it. We'll do it another time. So what we have here about 6 months ago and a year ago, right before Trump got in, is this whole BRICS currency story. I had to destroy that. I had to show all the evidence with Brazil and all the Chinese connections from 2013 to Ripple and the Ripple Russia and all that kind of thing. I showed all the evidence where Ripple hooked up Russia in 2014 with crypto. Here we have an article that says BRICS currency are no realistic alternative to the dollar. Now that's all good. I was telling you this probably about 3 years ago. I was showing all the evidence 3 years ago. Ripple China, Ripple Russia, Ripple India, and all that shit 3 years ago. Now the FIF wants to show you. So if you watch Crypto Hawk, a lot of times you're 3 years early. Discussions about de-dollarization fall short when it comes to finding a credible replacement. During our lifetimes, we have taken financial governance for granted. The dollar has provided the global unit of account, means of payment, and store of value, fulfilling all requirements of money. The benign attitude of the U.S. authorities towards the rest of the world using the currency as the sole international money has made this possible. The system has its advantages, but is well known as drawbacks, including control by one government and the need to convert twice into the vehicle currency and out again, creating costs and risks. What we have here, presently the dollar is used for global denomination, enacting cross-border transactions for current as well as financial accounts. The currency is used as a store of value for small individual investors as well as investors looking for safe havens. People, now not me, not Crypto Hulk channel, people use, like I don't got any cash, honestly. Now, I might have invested in precious metals. If you look below my Crypto Hulk channel, you'll see gold and silver underneath the show. Make sure you buy a whole bunch of it. Hey, I know people right now that got $250,000 in cash in their bank account, like a husband wife. So the husband's got $250,000, the wife has, because that's the limit the bank will only insure. They got $500,000 parked in cash. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? But that's what some people do. Now, since I started collecting gold, I started buying it a few years back. Actually, I kind of started Crypto Hulk channel. I had a couple gold coins and shit, and it turned into more than a couple. Now, each of my gold coins went from I want to say about $1,780, $1,780 to about $3,500 each. I did a 100% return in about 3-4 years. Pretty amazing. If I had cash, I would have probably lost about a third of it. The value of buying power of cash, I would have lost 30%. Instead, I gained 100%. Pat myself on the back every day. But that's what some people do. The currency, meaning the US dollar, is used, they say, by people, and I'm like, nobody on Crypto Hulk Show, as a store of value for individual investors. I've been telling you guys about gold and silver. Last year, I already told you, I spent 3 months salary on gold and silver, and it took me up until about a month ago to pay that shit off, okay? I don't care. I got enough gold and silver now. I'm cool. I'm happy. I don't mind my credit score dropping to about 550 because right now it's at about 770. Okay. And another few more months, it's just gonna be at 800. I don't care if my credit score dropped to 550. I'm like, fuck that credit score shit, right? Once you buy gold and silver, I took loans and shit, man. I didn't have the cash. I took fucking loans out for 3 months worth of pay and paid that fucking shit off. One of the cards or two of them, I didn't have interest. So I don't even fucking care about that. I basically did 100% on at least, I don't know how many coins that I got at that point. I did 100% pretty close. It was $2,000 each when I bought them. Now the price of, if you have to buy a coin, I'm not talking about spot gold. If you had to go buy a coin with tax or whatever it is, the shipping and all that shit, you're looking at probably $3,600 a piece. And I paid $2,000 for each. So each coin I got, I probably made just in the past year alone, roughly $1,600 on each coin. I expect gold's going to hit 5-10 grand easy, 12, 15. That's what I expect. So again, I just wait. Whenever that day happens, then fucking go out and buy a house. Big fucking house. The denomination function is used for convenience. And it talks about Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Now, one thing the article showed us here talks about XRP. Here we go. Let me give you the article here in case you just came in. Let me do a copy and a paste. The major issue is the settlement of imbalances, as no mechanism has been devised and no vehicle currency has been mandated. The previous, listen to this, the previous BRICS Pay initiative. Remember how they were trying to talk? Russia was like, yeah, we're going to come out with all this payment system with BRICS and stuff. The previous BRICS Pay initiative that everybody was talking about before Trump got elected, you know what the OMFIF says? That BRICS Pay initiative turned out to be a hoax. Oh, shit, what? It was all fake. That shit never would have worked. Remember all those channels? Oh, yeah, the BRICS are taking over. And we were all laughing. They're not coming up with any alternative system unless it's an XRP system. But they aren't going to. We were just laughing. Then I showed you Ripple Russia. Then I showed you Ripple China. Then I kept showing you the MPCI India. I'm like, look, they're all Ripple partners. They're not going to have a system unless it's a Ripple system. And then we were all just laughing at that. Oh my gosh, the BRICS are coming. The BRICS are coming. They're not coming. These motherfuckers are so broke down and fucking retarded ass. That was a big old hoax. Okay. And while that was a hoax, everybody, it says here, and the present suggestion that XRP is a crypto, it was abhorred by countries like China. No, it wasn't. China is already a Ripple partner. This OMFIF is lying to you. I've shown you all the evidence. Ripple, China. We've already shown all this. Alipay, TenPay, they're Ripple partners. So this article is trying to say, what number one is true. The BRICS Pay was a hoax, but it's not true. China was not disgusted by XRP because they're partners with Ripple. So here the OMF, see, this is why dumb shit people will be like, oh, all Crypto Hulk does is read news. I could just do the same thing. No, you can't. No, don't embarrass yourself like that. You look fucking stupid. When you watch this channel, I can bring up 5 years of deep diving to help explain in articles what you will not see. If you were just the average person, you'd say, oh, the OMFIF, that's a globally funded, international monetary. No, these people are fucking liars. They tell half truths. Yes, it is true. BRICS Pay was a hoax. That's true. They're also saying, oh, China hated Ripple. And no, they don't, you fucking retards. Ripple made the Chinese yuan, the CNY. Ripple made their CBDC. How is China going to hate Ripple and then allow Ripple to make their CBDC? That makes absolutely no fucking sense, okay? Let's see. Now we're talking about the dollar, and then you got the Bank for International Settlements did a survey to all these countries, and a lot of people like using the dollar, right? You know what's funny is the Bank of International Settlements, that's a Ripple partner. Let's look at the evidence of that. Right here. Evidence. Let's read what the title. This article says, Ripple joins the BIS. What is that? Look in the first paragraph. Bank for International Settlements. Ta-da! Ta-da! So there we go. I think that'll do it for that article here. Yeah, I mean, the BIS does a survey and they find out that, you know what? A lot of countries like using the dollar. It just makes it easy. And of course, Ripple's working with them to figure out a new monetary system. And guess what? It's probably going to be made on the XRP ledger. What a big surprise. What a shocker, huh? Well, I'll tell you. I think we're going to wrap up today's show early because I'm going to start working on tomorrow morning's program. Yeah, you know what? Chris Sharp is saying something like Coinbase on August 2nd, you won't be able to do anything on the exchange. I looked up yesterday, tried to get into 2 of my bank accounts, credit card accounts. Credit one wouldn't let me in under maintenance. Then I went to my other one. What the fuck was that one? Synchrony Bank, or let me look real quick. I think it was American Express. My credit one, I'm looking at my phone now. My credit one said, sorry, under maintenance. I'm like, what? Then I said, okay, let me check, because every once in a while, I'll check my accounts. And then I got American Express, sorry, under maintenance. Like, what the fuck? Then I checked some other ones and it was okay. So I'm thinking last night, after I had 6, 7 shots, maybe a few more, is this the Black Swan? But then I checked my other accounts. I'm like, nope, they're open. So I'm like, fuck, I'm still going to be poor. I'm crypto rich, but dollar poor until we take off. So that's how it goes. Let me check for some comments real quick, and then I'm off to make the next show, and that's faux show. But crypto, let's see here. That's 1-to-1. Okay, now one thing, Steve Mariano. Now, what some people do, if they live in New York or England, okay, what some people do is they go to, let me type this out. They go to LegalZoom, a company called LegalZoom, www.legalzoom.com. And now here's the problem with LegalZoom. I used to be a member of them, but it's like, it's just dealing with the lawyer. Like, that's why I'm with this law firm now. And I'm real close to telling you which one and hooking everybody up. The LegalZoom thing is like the cheapest way you can go, but you're pretty much on your own. You have nobody to talk to. The customer service sucks. I'd rather just deal with a lawyer and just say, I need this, that, and the other, get it done. Okay. At my new law firm, they have like an open forum, like daily. And you can get in there and ask lawyers questions and shit for free if you get the membership, which I got a monthly membership. It makes it so much easier. Lawyer might say, hey, there's a certain form you need, 137, whatever. You know, I mean, it depends if you want to do stuff or have them do it. You know, it's up to you. But like, you can call them and get advice and shit. And they don't have to like read you a disclaimer. You can just tell them stuff, you know. When you're dealing, but if you're on a very serious budget, then LegalZoom, you could probably start up your whole LLC and have it all done and all shit for like $400 or $500, maybe $300, $400, $500. I don't know, whatever. So if you're living in New York, you could open up an LLC in any state you want. So let's say it's Montana. You start an LLC in Montana. Now, if you live in New York, that's great. You got an LLC out of Montana. That LLC then buys the Caleb Brown crypto. Ta-da, problem fixed. Some of you guys just act like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I live in this country. Oh, what am I going to do? I live in New York. I live in Texas. Oh. I'm like, dude, seriously? You spend $300 to $400 at LegalZoom, start your fucking LLC and go buy that fucking shit and quit a bitching about it. You can't get it. Use your fucking brain, people. Okay? Quit acting like you just don't know what the fuck to do. I'm helpless. I'm brain fucking dead. I can't buy Kale. You can buy Kale and Brown. You just choose not to use your fucking brain. That's the problem. All righty then. Let's see. I'm too lazy for that, Hulk. That's why I'm a $10 member. That's what somebody wrote. Let's see. I believe that'll be all for today's show. All right, I'm going to go work on tomorrow's show. I will see you then. I got news lined up right now. It's going to be a great show tomorrow. See you.